Make sure you hit the timer and we're good. And give me a loud 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and then 4.5. Okay. And after that, I should be good. If I need to go longer, I'll go longer, but I won't. All right, here we go. Welcome in, Greg Ruff and Coach Nate Moran with you. And Coach Moran, I don't know, people think about these things. You probably don't because you're busy coaching and doing all the things that coaches do and being a dad and a husband and all that kind of stuff. But did you think at all about what you would be after 5 games as a team this year? Do you ever analyze stuff like that?
I'm sure we do. As
Did you
in,
think you'd
yes.
be 4-1
Uh,
after 5?
at what point in the season? You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we got a talented group of young guys. You know, it was a good start to non-conference play, but really just looking forward now.
Yeah, so you're into conference play. I bet you've looked at other teams and see how they're doing. What are you thinking going into conference play?
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a pretty competitive league, like it is every single year. I mean, obviously you got Montevallo, Alabama Huntsville, Valdosta State that are in the top three. They finished top three last year, so makes sense that they would be returning a lot of guys. Obviously, UAH is replacing most of their players,
Yeah.
but all transfer portal,
Yeah.
high-level transfer portal guys. So, I mean, the start of conference play is we're going to be out of our first 6 games. 4 will be in the preseason top 4. So, it's a great challenge to start. I'm excited, but yeah, just 0-0 right now.
Yeah, you're starting with Auburn Montgomery, and just talk a little bit about them heading in against them.
Yeah, I mean, their coach stepped down right before the season started, so Coach Brooks took over. So obviously that's a tough transition period. You know, I think it was like a day or two before their first game.
Wow.
But I mean, their record would not indicate it, but they've been extremely competitive in all the games they've played in. They battled against a Georgia Southwestern team that's really good. We're had a chance late. I believe they might have been up 1 or 2 late. And then against Florida Tech, who's playing much better right now than they were earlier in the season. You know, they were up 1 with a minute or so left in the game. So they're in a lot of games. They shoot a ton of threes. You know, they're shooting 41% from three and have made like either 57, 56 to 59 of them. So they have a multiple they have multiple guys that are shooting above 40% from three. So guarding the three-point line is going to be essential. Personnel matchups are going to be essential, and then just continuing to play the game of basketball the way that we do.
You guys have done. You're 4-1. So I mean, anybody would be happy with that, or 5-0, one of the 2, like those 2 things. But what have you learned about your team? Maybe you didn't know before the season started that you've liked about what your team's doing.
Yeah, I think that you know, I don't know if I think it's more that they are just starting to understand and believe. You know, that the process is it's hard, it's grueling, but the reward on the other side can be extremely exciting and worthwhile. So I think that we're learning a lot through that process. I think we're getting to see some of the benefits, but also staying extremely humble in the fact that we haven't done anything yet. 4-1 is great, but it doesn't mean anything if we don't start conference play strong and continue to get better every single day.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. 4-1 pre-conference doesn't matter if you're
Sure.
1-4 in the first 5 of the conference. So
Correct.
So I get that, but I think that's one of those things that's my job and the fans' job and the parents and everybody else to think about those things and talk about it and just see where the team's going. So it's been fun to watch you guys. You guys seem to score a lot.
Yeah, we have a bunch of guys that can do it. You know, we play 10 on a consistent basis, which not everybody in the country does or maybe even believes in. But we have so many guys that can bring so much value to our team that we're able to play deeper than other teams, and that's probably our biggest strength is that we can, you know, like the Warriors used to put on their shirt, strength in numbers.
Yes.
You know, some of that. So I'm really proud of our group. I'm proud of the growth that we've had, and I'm proud of the way that we've been working in practice this week. So I think we'll be ready to go for Thursday.
Something you talked about earlier is you got a lot of guys that can score and do those type of things, and that's played out. You've got different guys stepping up to do it at different times. That makes it hard for the opponent to know what to do too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And we have a bunch of guys that not just like score in the same way. We have a diversity of how we score, which is extremely important. Obviously, we're shooting a high percentage from 3, but we also have guys that can get into the paint. They can find others. We have unselfish guys that can make plays for others, and we have guys that are just fully bought into their roles. You know, like I think that's really hard for a young team to completely buy into your role and sacrifice some things. But we have young guys, we have old guys that are all really bought into that, and that's what's equated to the 4-1 start. Just continuing to stay consistent within that and continue to grow is what's going to help take us forward.
What I'm about to say, usually coaches hardly ever agree with me when I say it, but I've been surprised by your defense with it being a young team. I think you guys have done – I'm sure there's moments that you could point out on tape and all that. But talk about that side, because that's important too, especially now that you're getting the conference.
Yeah, and I would probably consider myself a defensive guy, which would make me upset if you looked at the first couple of games, just how we were not able to guard. But honestly, our first shot defense has been great. It's really been the rebounding issue that we've had to work through. Obviously, losing a handful of 5 men, probably more than I've ever had to lose in my career, is tough. But honestly, it's not something that's untreatable, uncurable. It's just focusing on the technique and focusing on how hard it is to be great in all these different areas. And I really think that our guys are buying into that, taking a step forward in that right now. So our defense is coming along. I think it has plenty of ways to grow, and I think our offense does as well, which is extremely exciting with the young team.
All right, let's go back. Thanksgiving.
Okay.
How was Thanksgiving? Talk about your family and what did y'all do?
Oh, it was fun. My wife and I drove up to Akron, Ohio. We had.
I hope there was family there because there's nothing else.
Oh
in
yeah. Oh, it's a great place. Great people. Great people.
It is. I've actually been there. It is a good place,
but it snowed most of the time, which I'm not the biggest fan of snow.
Okay.
But it was great. Got to hang out with my wife's family. We got to eat a lot, talk a lot, hang out a lot, and extremely valuable time.
All right, good. He's Coach Nate Moran, the head men's basketball coach here at Trevecca.
Oh, I got one more thing. I got one more thing.
Oh.
Shout out to my buddy Joey Epling. He just had his child while I was up there, and I didn't get to see him. I didn't even get to meet the child because she was born on Sunday or whatever. So
it'll be on YouTube and on the pregame show.
I'll make sure to let him know.
That is got a shutout. That's great.
I know. That's fantastic.
All right. He's Nate Moran. I'm Greg Ruff. Trevecca basketball coming up next.